Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Hard Eyes. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Shall I leave a like, comment below, and let me know your thoughts on Hard Eyes, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into the YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, Hard Eyes, another movie I was actually looking forward to during this Valentine's Day season because one, it was a slasher horror movie where I knew I would be safe. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. But yeah, I was really curious by the concept of it. That we have a killer that only targets couples. Okay, he has a motive. He's silent. It's a little bit of a whodunit. It's very much like Scream throughout the whole entire film. It also helps that, Mason Gooding's in the movie as well, who I think is just one of the most charming actors working today. And I was happy to see Olivia Holt because I do think she is a very, very talented actress as well, who I think deserves more work. And hopefully after this movie, she does get that. And I was also curious to see how can we justify another Valentine's Day killer with this fresh concept because, we also had My Bloody Valentine that came out, which, is on the lower scale when it comes to the slasher killers. I have fun with the movies. But hey, now we have another one who's focused on this Valentine's Day holiday. And I gotta say, I had a lot of fun with this one. I generally had a lot of fun. To me, this is probably one of my favorite movies of the year so far. I don't know if it tops Companion for the number one spot right now, but they're definitely 1 and 2. And I think to me, out of the 3 dating movies that are coming out on Valentine's Day weekend that aren't Captain America Brave New World, which is this one, we have Love Hurts that reviews up as well. And we also have Companion. Again, all 3 reviews are now up, so check them out if you wanted to debate which one to go to. I will say Love Hurts is probably the one to go to. Companion is probably the better movie overall because I do have some problems with this one, but Companion is very much for the girls, right? I mean, the boyfriend's the villain in that movie. Love Hurts, like I said in that review, it's probably made more for an at-home viewing experience. This one, both the boy and the girl are good guys. You can cheer for both of them. They have amazing chemistry, Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding, and you're just having a hell of a time throughout watching this movie. And even though this is a horror slasher film, at its heart, within its DNA, this is a romantic comedy all the way through. It hits all of those cliches that we know, the montage before the date, the perfect dynamics of, one believes in love, one doesn't, one has commitment issues, old ex. They're even bringing up old movies. There's like this whole montage joke with the best friend within it, when it comes to the whole you gotta go after her kid type of scenario. You can just tell the creators behind this loved romantic comedies and they love love. And as someone who also loves love, I had a big giant smile on my face throughout this whole entire flick, even when it came to the blood and gore. And also as a horror fan, this was just a very, very fun movie and is to me the perfect date night and film that if you wanted to go, if you're not planning to go see Captain America, to me this is the next best thing to go to. Like I said, Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding are absolutely amazing in this film. They have superb chemistry. They have great back and forth. They're both genuinely very funny. There is a scene in this movie that is so relatable to me because I've had this exact thing happen is when they are in Olivia Holt's character apartment. And he sees a picture of her when she was a young kid. And, she's in a costume. It's like one of those little embarrassing moments. Like, we've all been there, right? He goes, oh, look, you're wearing this. She goes, I wasn't expecting to have company over, but it's like a picture that's just out. He's like, ever? I've literally had that moment happen to me. So that got a big laugh out of me, but it's not just that moment. I mean, there's moments throughout the whole entire flick that just feel very relatable and it feels very real. Well, another strong point within this film is within the writing. But within that writing, I don't know if this is necessarily was within the script in the original part. My only problem with the film comes within the third act where it does kind of feel like it overstays its welcome a little bit. Because like I said, this is a little bit of a whodunit. Very much in the spirit of Scream throughout, where you're also trying to figure out, well, who is the killer? And to me, the killer is very, very obvious. From the get-go, I was like, yep, this person's it. And then as the movie progresses to go on, you're like, yeah, yeah, they're definitely it throughout the whole entire film. And I do feel like the creators at one point, while in production or maybe within going through some other rewrites within the script, because the script is never the same once you say action for the first time, that feel like, oh, it's a little too obvious. Let's throw this twist in and we'll just add 10 more minutes to the film, and just to keep the audience more on its toes so that it's not as obvious. Sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it is the best choice to make, and I think if they would have just kept this straight way all the way through, I don't need a twist necessarily to be like, yes, this movie is very, very satisfying. I don't necessarily. If you have good stories, if you're very entertaining throughout the whole entire flick, which this movie is, I don't need the twist and to honestly, cap it all off to be like, haha, it got me. The twist in this movie is not going to be the thing that people talk about, the reveal, like it is in Scream, where the movie really does live and die within the twist. What people are going to be talking about is this amazing chemistry between two amazing up-and-coming actors who hopefully get a lot more work in the future between Mason Gooding and Olivia Holt, and buying that chemistry within it. The romance part of this movie, again, the romantic comedy aspect of this film, that the slasher is just like kind of like a background aesthetic throughout the whole entire flick, because again, this is truly a romantic comedy all the way through, just with some blood and guts being thrown in every once in a while. The other thing I really appreciated about this movie too, again, besides all the other things, is that they do not let our good guys let up. They're just, again, in the realm of Scream, is that they are in danger throughout the whole entire flick. In a lot of ways, the killer is only targeting them. That's their only objective, is to get this. Even though there's other couples throughout, they also go away from the slasher thing where it's like, well, he needs to build up a body count. No, he is just locked in on these two throughout, where you do feel this peril, and that's where the scares come in. But yeah, if I had to rank this on the lemon scale, which I am going to, we're sour lemon at the bottom, bad movie. Expired store-bought, bad, but hey, there's some good. Store-bought lemonade, it's good, but there's a lot of bad. Lemonade in the middle, hey, it's a movie. Strawberry, freshly squeezed lemonade, because it's really, really good, but there are some minor problems to it. And then strawberry lemonade at the very top, because that's the best kind of lemonade. To me, Hard Eyes is really, really flirting with freshly squeezed lemonade and just lemonade within the middle. I think I'm going to lean more towards freshly squeezed lemonade. Again, that third act part to me just kind of crumbles it a little bit, because again, it just felt like, well, we need to keep the audience on its toes. We can't make it too obvious, so let's do this, and then we'll do that, and then we'll get to where everyone was expecting anyway, to be like, haha, but we had you doubting for a little bit. No, you did it, because even when this reveal happened, I was just like, well, clearly is this. I really do feel like we capped and that we should be going home, but nope, we gotta stay a little bit longer. And therefore, within that, the runtime, again, you just felt the movie go a little bit longer than it needed to be, but still a very, very fun time at the movies. The performances are a lot of fun, very, very, very funny throughout, genuinely very, very funny. More of a romantic comedy at first than it is a horror slasher, but it does blend the genres together very, very well. You care about these people. The kills are, they are deserving when they do happen throughout the movie. You could tell the people behind the camera love all these love songs that are being played throughout the whole entire film, all the callbacks to old romantic comedies throughout the film. I just had a good time with this, man. I had a lot of fun with this. Again, it's probably my second favorite movie of the year so far. Well, only in February, but hell, man, to me that says something in it, because I just had that much of a good time within this, and I think you will too, especially if you're going to go watch with your loved one. Let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. If you made it this far within the review, please leave a like. I do appreciate it. And of course, hit that subscribe button as we continue this road together. And until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.